Hey, hey, hey. Hello, hello, hello. So y'all, I'm a little bit late. Few minutes late. Certainly not the end of the world, right? Certainly not the end of the world. So I hope there's somebody out there. Anybody out there? If you're out there, tap where you're from if you're out there. So good evening, everybody. Good evening. This is Camille, not to be confused with Camille with 2 L's, for a lot of love and a lot of life. So if you're just coming on, you're probably seeing me with, doodads going on with my makeup. So welcome. Good evening. Welcome. Let me tell you all why I'm doing this. First of all, what y'all doing tonight? Who's out there? I see a few people coming in. When you come in, wave. I see you waving at me. Casual. I see you waving at me, Willie. I see you waving at me, George. I see a few people waving at me. Let me tell you the reason why I'm doing this. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, say yes, I can hear you. Say yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. If you can hear me and the music that's in the background is not drowning me out, let me know. Let me know if you can hear me. And then, so I want to tell you the reason why I'm doing this. I'm calling this Media Makeover. If any of you know me out there personally, you know that I serve in the media space and been in the industry for about 30 years now. I know I don't look it right. And I have supported, coached, guided a lot of people over the years. Made folks millions of dollars too. A lot of large companies, a lot of large and small companies, Fortune 100, 200, 500 companies. And over the years, I've had a lot of people ask me about makeup. Now, I don't consider myself to be a makeup artist, but my best girlfriend says, hey, if you're doing it, then you're an artist, right? My dad was a great artist, and although I can only draw stick people, I think I found something that I do pretty good with, which is makeup. I really just like to have a lot of fun with it. Not anything I've ever done for a living, but I enjoy it. So what's happening today is I've been in media a long time, like I said, and this is called Media Makeover. And the reason why I'm calling it Media Makeover is because it's where media and makeup meet. You get it? Where media and makeup meet. I am going to give you a few tips tonight, so if you'll stay with me. I don't plan to be on here long, however long it takes me to try to create some kind of face for tonight. I'm going to church. I don't know about where you're going. Maybe you're going to a party, some kind of function. But I am going to tell you a little bit about what works in the media world. And I'm going to give you 5 tips or 5 thoughts, if you will, on things that you should be doing. A lot of people ask me about media, and what I want to tell you is that if you're using social media, you hear social, but media is in the word social media. So anything you're doing in media, anything you're doing in the world, it can always come back. So although you think it's your personal page and you can do whatever you want and nobody's can tell you what you can and cannot do. A lot of companies these days are actually researching employees, and they're looking at what are the employees doing, in their personal life. How do they actually live their personal life? So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually just putting on some foundation, a little bit of foundation. My old pastor, Reverend Twomey, used to say, every warship need a little paint. So I always thought that was funny. But what I'm doing is just applying a little bit of foundation. I'm not using anything really expensive tonight. No MAC or Benefit or Too Faced, none of that stuff tonight. Just using a little bit of Maybelline. I like Maybelline. It's an easy product. It goes on pretty easy. I guess maybe I should show you if you care. It's called Matte Poreless. I like it. It's reasonable, and it gets the job done. The coverage is pretty medium to light, and I'm applying it just with a sponge. Sponge, in my opinion, just goes on nicer. Over the years, I found it to be easier I used brushes for a long time. So now I use the sponges because it just looks more natural. And let me tell you, I had actually planned to have most of my face done and just have a little fun tonight and just apply a little bit in the midst of our conversation. But I wanted to tell you a few things, or give you a few nuggets concerning the media world. So tell me if you really enjoy using social media. What are your thoughts on it? How do you think it impacts the world? How do you think it impacts people emotionally or even mentally? We won't even talk about relationships, but what do you all think? Now let me tell y'all the reason why I'm doing this. I've had so many people ask me, I don't know why, but they ask me pretty much everywhere I go, who does your makeup? Are you a makeup artist? No, I'm not. I just like playing in makeup, like most girls do. So right now I'm just applying a little bit of foundation. If you're just coming in, tell me what your thoughts are about media. Did I thank you all for coming on? Did I thank you for joining me for the very first time? Just talking a little bit about the media world and makeup. So what are you all thoughts? I don't see anybody. Happy New Year. Somebody said Happy New Year, so Happy New Year to you. We're almost there, going into a new decade. We're going into a new decade. Have you all thought about what your year has been, or even what the last 10 years have been? How has it served you? What have you learned? What have been your lessons and your blessings? I'm asking all kind of questions, and I didn't say anything about media yet, did I? Nope. I didn't say anything about it yet. So somebody tell me what did you learn this year, or even these last 10 years? I'll tell you what I learned, not just yet, but I will tell you what are some of the things I learned, or some of the things that have served me these last few years. Nobody's going to tell me what they learned. All right, well, here it is. I want to give you a definition, or give you the acronym. The acronym is COMS. That's COMMS. Anybody that's ever matriculated through any school or education, you know that COMS is just the abbreviation for the word communications. So although I've been serving a lot of brands over the years and working with a number of clients, and a lot of them I'm still working with even now, I have decided to launch and do some of my own private practice business. And what I'll be doing is supporting people privately and helping them in the communications world. So the first letter is the letter C. And with the letter C, what I wanted to share with you, and I don't have any of my my contour. I left my contour today, so I might have to go get that, because I really need that contour. That helps take care of all of this, you know. So when you're on camera, you look really good. That's what that contour does. So I might have to go get that. But the letter C is just controlling your narrative. Controlling your narrative. I see you, Anthony, waving. How are you? So the letter C represents controlling your narrative. So what do I mean by controlling your narrative? I'm going to have to go get that contour, because the contour makes your face look really good. It just kind of smooths you out real good. Control your narrative. What do I mean by controlling your narrative? That just simply means that whatever you're putting out there, make sure that it is a good depiction of who you are, what you represent, your brand, your personal world. Don't allow something so simple to become something bigger than what it is. You know, a lot of times we see this happen with a lot of celebrities, where they will put certain things out, or allow certain things to catapult into something different, something bigger than what it should have been. It could have been minimized, but they allow it to become something much bigger than what it should have been. So one of the things I always advise is to control your own narrative. Don't allow anybody else to do that. You know, you decide, or you make sure that what you're saying is a good depiction of who you are as an individual, and that it doesn't become something that you would not be happy with or proud of. So what I'm doing right now is putting a little bit of primer. You all use primer? Anybody out there? When you do your makeup, do you use primer? I'm gonna go get that contour. I'm just not gonna do it right now. Anybody use primer? You know what primer does for your face? Primer actually makes the makeup go on better. A whole lot better. Any of you guys out there, I know you all don't really care, but you're probably learning something tonight about what your wives or your girlfriends do when they put their makeup on. That actually allows it to glide on and go on a lot better. So control your narrative. Make sure that you are cognizant of whatever is going out about you. Make sure that it is a clear depiction of who you are. Don't get caught up in the mindset of, oh well I can do whatever I want. I can say whatever I want. It's my world. It's my life. I can do what I want, because it will come back to bite you. I'm going to be applying right now a product called Color Rain. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. I love it because they have, it's a product that's created by women of color. And I'm a woman of color, so I like to support our women, or men and women of color. So this is the palette I'm going to be using today. Y'all think I should use this palette? Or I have another palette that I really like. It's called the Queen of Hearts. It's truly my favorite. And this is the palette on that one. So which one do you all think I should use tonight? I was thinking about using the orange here, and then this gold. So those two for the eyes, or should I use, this is so funny, it feels so great. Or should I use the like a burgundy color? So this is the burgundy, and then I would use that pinkish color there, which is called High Cutie and Love Love. So what you all think? Should I do the Love Love and the High Cutie, or should I do what's called the Empress or the Your Majesty? That's why it's called the Queen of Hearts palette. Or should I use this one here, which is called, again, the Empress or the Empress, or this one here, which is called the Your Majesty? Which one you all think? I'm going to run and get my contour while you all tell me which one I should use. Okay, and what I just did, so you all know, when I left to go get my contour. I really did. But when you're doing a live video, that's probably the last thing you should do. And I see a lot of people in social media do that. So you probably should make sure that you have everything that you need before you start. But that's a big no-no, because what happens? A person will just get off, they'll say, oh, I'm done. Next time. All right, so you want to maximize your interaction. So somebody said I should use Your Majesty. I'm asking, should I use the Your Majesty and the Empress color? These two colors here. The Empress, which is the orange, and then Your Majesty. I really like those two. Or if I should use, the other palette is called Lovely's palette, and this is a burgundy. So should I use the burgundy, which is called Love Love, or should I use this color and the High Cutie? Those two. Which one you all think? How you doing there, Kathy? I see you. Which one should I use? Should I use? Somebody said I should use the Your Majesty. So that's one of my favorite. That's my favorite palette. That's why I put it out here. But it looks like Your Majesty is probably going to win. All right, so the first technique I gave, or the first tip I gave, was when it comes to communications and media, whether that be traditional media, social media, any form of social media, whether that's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, any form of social media should be treated as media. It should not be minimized or thought, oh, because it's mine, I can do what I want. It definitely can come back to bite you. I've seen people over the years lose their jobs because of it. I've seen them be demoted. So if you care about that sort of thing, which you should, just think about your reputation. Your social media or any form of media is definitely an additional extension of your reputation. So the acronym is COMS, which again is the abbreviation for communications, and what I shared with you earlier already is it means to control your narrative. All right, so now I'm gonna actually go in and start with my I'm gonna start with my eyes. All right, I'm gonna start with my eyes. I don't know what I just did. I did something I shouldn't have done, probably. I'm acting like an amateur right now. Yeah, I am. I'm definitely acting like an amateur right now. All right, so I think that's a little bit better. We'll make sure we have the tripod next time. So anyway, I'm gonna start with the eye, and I'm gonna use this Empress, which is the orange, which is the Queen of Hearts palette. Y'all saw that. And so I'm gonna start with, I have what's called a lidded eye. They call it a lidded eye because it's kind of, you know, some people get Botox and they get the Botox and it brings their eyes up all the way like that. I don't have Botox. So since I don't have Botox, we're gonna work with what we have. So with what we have, when you have a hooded eye, you actually have to bring, it up a little bit higher. You have to bring your blending up versus, am I up too high? Can you all see me? I feel like my face is all the way in the camera. All right, so I'm gonna actually start with blending it in. So because I have a hooded eye, I have to actually take it up higher. So in taking it up higher, what you're gonna do, I learned this technique from Nikki Tutorials. Do y'all know her? I love her. She's one of my favorite. And she's got hooded eyes too. So the technique is to go a little bit higher and tilt the brush and then just go in blending. And although it might look a little weird, what you're going to do in the blending is you're going to actually blend all the way up almost towards your eyebrow when you blend it in. So because we're going to blend that out and shade it. Do you all see my nose? Y'all see my nose? What? Somebody just sent me a message. Y'all gotta keep me pure here. I don't usually do these live, so this is I'm just doing this to prepare. Like I said, a lot of people ask me about makeup, ask me about doing my makeup. They ask me about doing tutorials. I don't know why they ask me, y'all. They just do. I mean, no matter where I go, whether it's church, whether it's in the grocery store, the library, I mean, anywhere I go, people are always asking. So I just decided to begin and starting my own private practice is to talk more about media and makeup and where media and makeup meet. So I want to thank you for joining us today, and that's what we're talking about. So if you're just joining us, the very first tip I gave was control your narrative. So control what you're actually putting out there. Secondly is to be open. Is to be open, be optimistic. Nobody has time, nor do they want to hear from a Debbie Downer. So with whatever you're sharing, make sure you're optimistic, make sure you're upfront, make sure that you've got energy in what you're sharing. And like I said, more importantly, make sure that it's optimistic. Make sure that it is going to encourage people, because there's enough going on in the world. Believe it or not, not everybody wants to hear about somebody being shot or something negatively happening. We've got enough of that going on. But when it comes to your media presence, when it comes to what you do, you want to make sure that it's optimistic. Do the best you can to keep it light, keep it as optimistic as possible. All right, so what you all think about that technique that I told you about from Nikki Tutorials, where you take the brush and you actually angle it. And because I have that hooded eye, you're going to take it all the way up to the brow. What you all think of that? All right. Okay, so then we're going in with this other from the Queen palette. Again, if you're just joining us, I'm using the company Colored Rain. I don't know if you've ever heard of Colored Rain. I absolutely love their products. It's actually created by a black woman, a woman of color actually created the company, and that's the palette I'm using. It's called Queen of Hearts, and I'm going to be going in with this gold. Somebody said they really wanted to see me use the Your Majesty. That's this one right here. So I'm going to be using that next. All right, so then with that, you're going to take a different brush. One of the things I've learned over the years is the real key to makeup is having good quality brushes. You can't cut corners on it. I know people try, but you've got to actually have some pretty good brushes, and you want to blend everything out. That's really the most important thing, is blending. So I'm going to be taking another brush, and when I apply this, rather than using the cream, you can use cream on the lid, but I'm not going to use cream on the lid this time. I didn't bring it in here with me. I'm in another bathroom, not in my main bathroom, so I don't care about that. So what I'm going to do is just go in with this Your Majesty color and just apply it to the lid. And what you do is you don't take, please don't use those applicators, these things right here. You know, the applicators that come in the different, well, it depends on the type of makeup you buy. But don't use the applicators that come with it. You want to actually buy some quality brushes. So what you want to do is just apply that. I just dab that on. I just dab it on and dab it in until I get the desired color that I want. And that's it. You just want to make sure that you blend everything in, and so that it looks nice. So it looks nicely. And then you want to do both sides. And I just tap it in. That's it. I remember years ago, I actually went to, I don't even know if Mary Kay is still around. It might be. Years ago, I went to a Mary Kay class, and that was one of the things they were talking about. This was probably 30 years ago now. And they were talking about the technique, different techniques, and how, you know, as a woman, you should always stay up on the most recent techniques. And then you have to find what works for your eye. So can you all see me okay? Or am I down too low? I don't have my tripod with me, so therefore we have to work with what we've got right here. So can you all see me all right? Okay, good. So that's it for the lid. And what I love when it comes to media is the M, which is to minimize your words. Just be straight to the point. You don't have to be grandiose. And one of the things I hate, and I don't know about you, but especially when it comes to social media, you know, you're watching somebody and they're giving you some juicy points or sharing with you some great information, and then they start talking about everything else. They start talking about something else. They do what I just did. They go get something they forgot, and then it's just a distraction. So you want to make sure that you are minimizing your words. Keep it straight and to the point. That's what people came to hear you. They came to hear whatever you're going to be talking about. So make sure that you're straight and to the point about that particular topic. All right, can you all, is this good? I don't have my production assistant today, so she's in another state, but she's trying to tell me what to do here. All right, so my favorite part of makeup outside of the lipstick is contouring. What do you all think? Contouring is my favorite. Your contour should always be wherever your ear is. That's your guide. The top of your ear is going to be where your contour should be. A lot of women make the mistake and put it up here, put it around here, put it way down here. And you can't put it down here if you want to make sure you have a svelte kind of look. But you want to make sure that you start with just at the mark. Your marker is the top of your ear. So you want to you can use cream contour. I like the brush. I like the powder better. That's just me. If you have an event, what I do if I have an event or something, I'm going to be taking a lot of pictures. You can use the cream, and then you can take the actual powder and do the powder. Maybe I should just did one side today. What y'all think? I could have finished my face off camera. Okay, all right, so I need to maybe make some adjustments here. All right, so number one, we have control the narrative, control your narrative. And then number two, it is to be optimistic. Be optimistic in the content that you're sharing because that's going to continue to follow you. So be optimistic in whatever it is that you're sharing. All right. And then number three, which is the M I gave you, which is to minimize your words. You all saw that, right? Is that a little bit better? I'm being advised that I need to prop it up. Okay, is that better? Is that a little bit better? What you all think? Y'all tell me. Because I don't know. Is that a little bit better? Next time, I promise, I will have the tripod. I have the tripod ready. All right, so you all tell me, is that better? A little bit better? Not so much, maybe? Okay. Maybe that's a little better. What y'all think? Yes? All right. Now, okay. So minimize your words. Y'all see the contour? You see that contour? Do you all use contour? Anybody out there, do you use contour? Or you think that's too much for you? You ain't trying to do all that. Anybody use contour? Good. Bring your cheeks in. Get it in the right place. What you all think? This is going to be a very light look today. Very, very light. All right, now I don't know about you all, but do you use concealer? Your concealer is always going to be something that you want to bring attention to. Your contour is what you want to erase. All right, so that's always going to be a shade or two lighter than your regular complexion. You probably see that if you watch any videos. That's always going to be a little bit lighter. All right, and normally I do this before I do my eyes, but I did my eyes because I had to go get my contour and because I wasn't ready. Thank y'all for sticking with me. So I usually do that I do that before I do my eyes. I usually let it sit and always go from the outside in. From the outside in. From the outside in. That's your contour. You know, as you get older, you get circles, dark circles, you get bags if you don't get enough sleep, you know, all that. That's what you use the contour for. And you just tap it. You're not really gonna wipe it out. You're just gonna tap it. You're just gonna tap it just so that it goes in. And that's it. So you all get that? You get those first three. The first one is to control your narrative. So whatever you're posting out there, make sure it's the best reflection of you. Number two is to make sure that you're optimistic in your message because it's going to follow you. Now this is going to look much better once I put a little bit more, you know, if you want to have a Michael Jackson nose, you can take that concealer. I mean, this is concealer, but you can take the contour and bring it right in there. You have to do what's best for your nose, for your body, for your face. You got to get to know what works best for your face. All right. Okay, so we got the contour. You all saw that. Now, what I like to do, because you know I've been eating a little bit much this year. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing in 2020 is releasing some poundage. I've been eating a little good this year. So if you got a little extra down here, you want to look really svelte in your photos, then you want to take that contour and then bring it. You want to bring it down. You want to bring it across the face and down. Across the face and down. So that's why you want to make sure that you have a couple shades darker than what you normally wear. Now, a lot of people like to use the cream because the cream really gets right in there. I don't like to use the cream unless it's a special event because you look really caked on. It looks like you have a lot of makeup on. So I don't always like to do that. You know, as you get older, less is more. You should be using less makeup as you get older. Much less. Not more, but less. So it looks more natural. So that's what I like to do. Just to make it look natural. Make it look natural. If you're just joining us, I'm giving some tips about media and your presence with social media, understanding the importance of how social media is no different than traditional media. The only difference is that you control the narrative, and that's one of the very first things that I'm talking about is making sure that whatever you put out there, that you're controlling your narrative, that it's a good reflection of who you are as an individual. All right, and then the next one is M, and that is, I've already shared that, that's minimizing your words, being straight to the point, no beating around the bush, just go straight to it. Just go straight to it, or as the old folks would say, tell it like it T.I. is, or they don't say that, they say tell it like it is, just go straight to it. All right, and then the last one is making your time count. The other M is making your time count. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of clear gel to my brows. You all didn't see my brows. I did my brows off camera, and they're a little darker than I prefer today because I was just trying to quickly get it done. But usually I try to take my time with the brows because, you know, that's again, going back to what I said earlier, it's a reflection of who you are. So I'm just adding a little bit of gel in there just to soften them up so they look a little more natural and not so brushed on or created. So you do that with, you can do that with some clear gel, and it just makes them look much more natural. All right. So what do you all think? What do you all think so far? Am I doing okay? You have C, which is to control your narrative. O, which is to be optimistic. M, which is to make your time count. The other M is to minimize your words. All right, so now what I want to do is I'm going to put a little bit of that shadow, that same Queen of Hearts shadow that I used. I'm going to actually put some of that on my under eye. Now, I didn't always do this. I just started doing this because I really don't like eyeliner, but I will wear it sometime. But what I've been doing is taking whatever the color is, going back into this shadow, the Queen of Hearts shadow by Colored Rain, taking that and going underneath the eye. And using what they call a smudge brush. That way you can actually get it pretty precise and it doesn't look a hot mess. So you just take that and you're going to go right up underneath your eye with the smudge brush. And it actually just gives you a little bit of color. It gives you more of a youthful look with your eye. Gives the eye a little bit of pop. And because I'm going with more of a natural color today, but with a little extra pop. Now, anybody that knows me, y'all know I like glamour. I love glamorous. So I like things to have a little sheen or a little pop to it. All right. What about you? Do you all like you like more basic colors? You like more natural, or do you like to just kind of do things a little bit, have a little punch to it? What do you all think? It's so weird because normally when I'm doing this for myself, it you know, just trying to get it done, get in and get out, right? But right now I'm actually just sharing with you all. So we have the C, which is to control your narrative. We have the O, which is to be optimistic. We have the M, which is to make your time count. And we have the other M, which is to minimize your words. And then finally, the S is to share and share alike. So whatever you're doing on one platform, you really should be making sure that you share that content on all your platforms. A lot of folks will use only one platform and think that that's enough, especially if you have a business, if you're an entrepreneur, or you're trying to expand your brand. You want people to know what you're doing. You also want to step outside your comfort zone by making the content available. So, you know, the old adage was, oh, make sure that you mix it up, change it up. You can make some small modifications, but for the most part, as long as you're touching all of them, in my new program that I'm going to be designing, well, I've already designed it, but that I'll be launching soon, is going to include 14 steps. So this is just kind of an introduction, kind of share with you some simple tips that'll help you with your business, that'll also help you with your personal profiles. But in the program, I'm going to talk a whole lot more, give you 14 steps on things that you can do to actually make certain that you're maximizing all forms of media, how to do that, how to share your message. You know, sit down, actually put the information down because you have extreme tight time constraints, and be able to get all that content out at one time. So I'll talk a lot about that also in the program. Anybody out there wear lashes? I got lashes. I brought some lashes in here, but I was thinking that I might just put a little bit of mascara on. If you don't feel like doing mascara lashes, you can just put a little bit of mascara on. And over the years, I've lost a few of my lashes. But I like lashes. What do you all think? Do you wear lashes? Anybody out there? Do you like wearing lashes? Do you like getting your makeup done? Or do you like just to keep it simple? Because your husband or your boyfriend don't really like lashes. He thinks that's too much. What do you all think? Tell me. Or do you like lashes? Is that your secret inside joy that you like wearing lashes? So I'm just putting a little bit of mascara on. I love lashes. Love, love, love. Look, let me show you what the lashes do to your face. without even putting any mascara over here. Look what it does to your face. What you all think? Look. The lash just really just changes the whole look. I mean, if it was glued down there. It changes the whole look. Pop! Pop! It gives you a nice pop. What you all think? I love lashes. Jeff, do you like your girlfriend or your wife with lashes on? Tell me. Eduardo, do you all like your wife or girlfriend with lashes on? Or you prefer her to just be natural? Like I'm doing right now, a little bit of mascara. What you all think? You know lashes is a nice pop. Lashes takes the whole look up. It just does. All right, well, I'm just putting on a little bit of lashes. I mean, no lashes, just a little bit of mascara. And I'm on this Colored Rain Colored Rain kick right now. I love their products. Yes, Shawana, if you're out there, I got you some. Got Shawana, got Brianna some too, my daughter. And so today I'm going to be using, what's this name of this color? It's called Spiced. It's called Spiced, what's it called? Oh boy, I need glasses. It's called Spice Punch. And I didn't bring any liner for my lips. So if you have very little lips, it's a good idea to line your lips first before you put your lipstick on. Kind of helps keep everything concise. But because I didn't bring any in with me, it's in one of the other rooms. I'm gonna just spray my face first, which is your setting spray. You can use anything. I like Too Faced. I like Elf. A lot of different products, Benefit. So I'm just gonna spray my face while I have my hair pulled back. Spray my face, especially since I don't have any liner. If you're not gonna line your lips, you want to definitely put something on them. So I'm just putting a little bit of spray on just to kind of set my face. And when you put your spray on, you want to maybe sit in front of a fan or do what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of fanning myself. Make it sit. And then also, so I'm going to do two final things. And that is, I'm going to use a highlighter. And then the next time we come together, I'll do a little bit more on my concealer and contouring and all that. But we're just keeping it simple tonight. So we're going to use a little bit of highlight, and I'm using what's called Luxurious Bling. Again, love the Colored Rain products. So a little bit of that, and you can do it just straight across. I like to go up a little bit so that it blends, so it doesn't look like you can see where it starts and where it ends. So I like to just go upward stroke with it, and then it blends right into your face. So that's what I usually do. I just like go a little bit up with it. Y'all see that? That's it. And then finally, the lipstick. Again, no liner today. So that means if you're not using liner, you have to be really concise with your hand. I like this lipstick because it goes on like a lip glass. It goes on like a glide, but then it seals like a matte. So that's what I'm using tonight. And that whole rolling your lips, you don't have to do that. You just want to pop them. Another trick I learned years ago when I was modeling, and that is so you don't have lipstick on your teeth. You want to just take your finger. You can use your whole finger if you want. I just use my knuckle and put it in, pull it right out. So then that way when I'm laughing and having fun for the evening, I don't have lipstick on my teeth. And that's it. So then I'll just do a little something to this hair. And that's going to pretty much wrap up my look for today. Usually I'll put a little bit of something on my hair. But today I'm just kind of moving it around a little bit because I have you as my guest. And that's gonna secure my look for tonight. So what you all think? How did I do on camera? How did I do? thank you for joining me tonight. It's our first time. It's the first time I really just wanted to do it. It was more of an accountability thing because I have a brand new program that's going to be rolling out in just a few weeks. And but it's a little bit more in depth. If you're a business, if you work for a company or you're an entrepreneur, you'll really find some value in it. But some of the little small tips I gave tonight, which will really help you in whatever you're doing. And I gave the abbreviation of the word comms, which is the abbreviation for the word communications with an S, and gave those 5 tips. And number 1 was to do what? Control your narrative. So control what's going out about you. Number 2, be optimistic. And being optimistic, you know, some of the things I've seen is interesting because a lot of times people post things on social media and they think because they went back to delete it, oh, nobody saw it, I'm in good shape. But I want to tell you, people do see it. Somebody will have read what you put out there, and although you changed your mind or you had a change of heart or you were in your right mind after the fact, somebody already saw it, even if it was only up there for an hour or less. Or longer. Somebody already saw it. So control your narrative. Make sure that you're putting out content that you don't care if anybody in the world saw it. Number 2, make sure you're optimistic. The negativity, it doesn't really serve you well. And if you're a person who constantly does that, you're easily and quickly labeled a Debbie Downer. You know, no offense. M, you want to make sure that you make your words count. Be straight to the point. Get straight to the point. Minimize your words. Just get in, get out. Then also S is to share, and share alike. So share the information wherever you are. All right, so if you've got questions or you want me to do a certain look, drop me a note. Or if you've got some questions particularly concerning your business, whether you're an entrepreneur or even an organization or company that you work for, profit or nonprofit, then shoot me a line. When we come together again, we're going to do a different look, and I'm going to give you some more insight. I'll also be able to share with you more details about the new program that's coming. All right, so what y'all doing tonight? Monique, what you doing tonight? What you doing tonight? Where you going? You all going to church? Anybody going out? Y'all gonna do y'all 1-2? The old school call it 1-2. Whatever what you doing tonight? Well, I want to be the first. If you haven't heard it already, I want to first of all thank you for joining me for the very first media makeup where media and makeup meet. So thank you for joining me tonight with that. And I want to be the first to wish you a very happy new year. I hope and pray that you learned some things this year. I certainly did. One of the things I learned this year, which I didn't tell you at the beginning, was that it's really important to bless your past. Let some things go, maybe even let some people go, but bless your past. Bless whatever's transpired, whatever's happened in your life, bless it, send it nothing but love. Just know that you learned something from it, whether it was a lesson or a blessing. Just make sure that you learned something from it. And one of my other big bigs this year was really to realize that if you don't forgive people, it's not the snake bite that kills people. Did y'all know that? It's not the snake bite that kills you. It's the venom that's actually in the snake that goes into your body that kills you. And unforgiveness is like the venom from the snake that is in your body that actually kills you. So that was a big for me this year. Now, even though I've talked about forgiveness for years, that thing kind of hit me a little differently this year. So I pray that as you go into a new decade, that you will shake things up, do things a little bit differently, learn from whatever has transpired, and know that wherever you are exactly where God wants you to be, and He makes no mistakes. There are no surprises. You are exactly where He wants you to be, because otherwise Romans 8:28 wouldn't be accurate, which is for we know all things work together for our good, for love the Lord, and are called according to His purpose. So thank you again for joining me. Happy New Year. Happy 2020. Walk into this new decade with a whole new different stride. So I'm your girl. I'm Camille. Not to be confused with Camille. It's Camille with 2 L's. That's for a lot of love and a lot of life. So I want to wish you grace and peace and blessings be upon you. Take care until the next time.